And that was abrupter than usual.
No,
What if?
that's the same one I showed you.
But what if it wasn't?
What if it
What
wasn't the same one?
what
I know
if
it is.
what if it was like 3 seconds shorter and we just had this conversation and moved past it and didn't question it ever again? Um, Welcome to What If We Didn't Do Any of That. I'm your host, Dean Lewis, and I've got somebody who shortened the theme song.
Yeah. No. Not at all. No. I didn't touch it. I just hit the button.
And then you hit
I
the
pulled the lever.
button again,
Pull.
really fucking
Yeah.
sharpish.
I don't know, man. Maybe you're out of practice. I don't.
Yeah, maybe. How you doing? How do we find you on this shortened evening?
You find me very happy with the episode of What If that I just watched. Apparently, the only person here that is that feeling that way, which is strange because it is probably the best episode of the
No,
show
you're
so far.
you're putting words in my mouth.
I don't
Okay.
know, Tyler. You seemed we were talking beforehand. You seemed a little like you seemed a little okay on the episode.
I said that I wouldn't watch. I don't think they need to go any further with it. I think we kind of got the point.
I think they do. I think we need at least 80 more episodes, 8 seasons, 10 episodes each on Disney Plus. This should be one of the spin-off shows they're talking about. But anyways, I freaking loved this episode so much.
Yeah, I'm more on Tyler's side, unfortunately. Like they kind of just like let's just do all the random little things that would happen if there was zombies in the Marvel universe, and then there was no real story or point to it, and then all of a sudden they just drop in a big old Thanos reveal at the end, like,
God,
oh
that
yeah, now
was
we're gonna get the whole spin-off Marvel Zombie Infinity Saga universe. It's like you're not gonna do that. This
Interesting
is
though that the Soul Stone is in the pinky slot instead of
yeah.
the big palm slot.
Well, it's interesting that he got it at all.
I mean, I'm sure he's still on his conquest before he got infected by the interdimension disease or whatever.
Yeah. I'm
Call it the
I
smallpox.
think I I think if they were to do like a spin-off, I'd want them to start over. Because they did hit a lot of things in this episode that is like no, we could have done a whole season and stretched out a lot of the events of this episode into a whole season. So like
yeah,
if we were to do it, it'd be like, okay, this is another universe where something similar happens, but not as quickly, and go right. That's what
yeah.
I'd want.
This whole episode feels like the montage stuff from the first Avenger. This whole episode feels like that. It's just like a sizzle reel of just bit,
I
just
loved it.
fast, rapid fire, and
God,
there was
when
some
they
really
did like
cool ideas in there.
the rules for the zombie apocalypse, I loved that.
Yeah, let's do Zombieland with Tom Holland and like
What
the
was that guy's
constant.
name? Who voiced him?
Not
Is it not Tom Holland?
No, that
yeah.
was not Tom Holland.
The only people
I,
who didn't voice their characters were uh, Tom and Cap.
did Cap speak in the episode?
Yeah,
Yes,
Oh, he did. Okay.
in the flashback.
briefly.
Oh, in the flashback. Peter Parker's being played by Hudson Thames.
See, all these actors, man, they're like, oh, I've been such a big fan of this character. I respect the character, but they don't want to come and do the voice of the character for less than
Well,
stupid $1 million.
Tom Holland, the exec producers on the show said they were not allowed to approach him. Pretty much, they
What,
were
like
pretty
in
much
the cafeteria? Like, it's really
like no,
awkward.
no, like it sounded like there was something with the Sony Marvel deal that they were not allowed to have him.
But he's allowed on as an EP. Man, that's some
Tom Holland?
bullshit. You have
They're
to,
afraid he'll tell them too much.
did you say you said he was an EP on the?
No, 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 no. I said that the EPs were saying the people that made
Oh
the show
yeah,
were saying that he wasn't allowed. They weren't allowed to like offer the role to him. That there was
yeah.
something with the Sony Marvel deal that wouldn't let them.
You know, one day they're gonna go back and we're gonna get the Tom Holland cut of the episode.
I
They'll
hope so.
they'll
I
work
like
out
this
the
guy.
Deal.
He sounded close enough, I think.
I
thought he sounded
thought
fine.
he sounded. I
don't
actually
think he
thought it
sounded
was Tom
close at all.
Holland,
What was that, Tyler?
but
I said I don't think he sounded close at all.
Really?
I mean,
maybe not like a voice double, but I think the voice matched this version of Peter Parker.
That's,
thought the
he
voice
did look
was-
like 8 years older too.
yeah,
He was real tall. He was like taller than Janet.
I think that the voice was fine. I
Or
just
Hope,
had
not Janet.
the writing in this, the dialogue, some of the dialogue in this episode, all the Hope stuff. Like,
loved it.
come on, guys, this is awful.
I loved it.
Like, but your name is Hope. It's like,
Yeah, that was kind of dumb.
The second
Like-
she went down as a giant, I went, she's coming back. And then I saw
of
the
course she
plane.
is. Take the fucking helmet off of her. You know how dangerous. We get a glimpse earlier on in the episode
Well, I
of
don't think
like
it matters
tiny
anymore.
zombie Ant-Man. It matters.
Oh.
You do not want that zombie being able to change size.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It is dangerous. The little
Could
The
she
little
not
Ant-Man-
change sides without the helmet?
they need the
Size
helmet.
Once she's a zombie, because they broke it and she passed out, and then they ate her. But now that she's a
Yeah.
zombie, I think she can do it without the helmet.
Fair. You would just incapacitate. You do not want zombie wasp in any capacity.
No.
And that's how Cap
the-
gets bitten.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was
Although
that was terrifying.
I find it hard to believe that Iron Man wasn't just flying. Why is he on the ground? Why are you on the ground fighting?
Tyler,
Iron
have
Man?
you ever played Marvel's Avengers? All right, when you load in, okay, you're on the ground. All right, when you get dropped off by the Quinjet, you start on the ground. Tyler, everybody
He wasn't
knows
doing
that.
combos. He was just shooting. He should have been flying.
Dude, I don't know what to tell you.
How'd they even get past his armor, dude?
Dude, the action in this episode, though, come on. That surprised the shit out of me. There was some brutal stuff in this episode.
Yeah, the visual stuff is great. It's pretty gnarly.
When Sharon exploded, like, remember when we were like, they cut away from the Hulk exploding a couple episodes ago? They did not cut away from Sharon exploding. Sharon exploded.
I like when Falcon gets sliced in half and Bucky says
Oh my god.
nothing. Not a word.
Well, Koya is
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry that was your friend or something, right?
I don't remember his response to it.
I mean, Bucky was actually good in this episode. That was
He
nice.
was better. I don't know if I'd say he was good, but he was better.
Well,
There
they
were a
kind
couple
of.
lines that were like, I guess this is the end of the line. Where I was like, I was like, like that's as bad as I almost lost my arm.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. But they kept his dialogue to a minimum. It was more in line with like the Winter Soldier version,
Well, he was
obviously.
playing the Winter Soldier, yeah.
So he was just generally a bit more serious, a man of fewer words, which worked because I did forget about that line. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. I guess this is the end of the line. Fuck you. The world seemed so cool too. Like when we were in New York and their base was all those buses spider webbed together. Like that's the kind of stuff with if you did like seasons of this show and you did it at a much slower pace, I'd fucking love to see the
How'd they not
intersection
get
of the
attacked by
zombie
Strange
apocalypse.
or Iron Man or anyone?
Well, I don't know, man. They were busy, dude.
Busy doing what?
They were busy waiting for Thanos' guys for the Black Order.
Oh man, yeah, it was a bit. I don't know, I was a bit underwhelmed with like how we kind of just slid straight into the. It's just like, oh, okay, they're just zombies are making portals, and they just slide right in, and we kind of go back and explain it a little bit. And
I thought the opening
tonally-
was perfect. I think it's a perfect zombie movie opening. You kind of start in the middle of it. You start a zombie movie in the middle of it with some weird sequence maybe. Because I love that he's like, yeah, fucking Strange and Iron Man are here to kick this guy's. Oh, they're eating them. Oh, they're eating those people. Okay, that's strange. That's odd. Why are you... Hey, guy, like, I think it's a very good zombie movie. Because this is like...
yeah.
I think
They-
it's a really good zombie movie, but I also don't think that zombie movies are usually very good. So, like, I think my expectations for this were very different than any
Yeah.
of the other episodes because I was like, I'm just watching a zombie movie with the Marvel characters in it, and I love it.
Yeah, I mean I don't know how much of it is intentional because, like I say, so like the schlocky dialogue and stuff like that is like, are they trying to
The whole
emulate like
series has had that. So
classic?
I don't think they're emulating. I think that's
You know, I
just
think
the
they're just
dialogue.
trying to do like old
No.
school, Roger Corman monster movie dialogue or whatever. Because I felt like they were trying to hit all these different like zombie movie tropes. Like we got like the city stuff, then we got like the train stuff. You
The
know,
train sequence was so good though. Dude, that shot close up on Cap's shield.
yeah, there's
That
some
was
good
really good.
shots. I thought, but by the time we like wrapped up on the train, I was like, oh, okay, that was a fun episode, and we was like barely halfway through.
We got to
This
we didn't even
it
get to the best
moves.
part. We didn't even get to the best part at the yet.
Well,
The best part.
yeah, tell us what the best part is, Sean.
The best part is when they go to Camp Rayleigh and fucking Vision is there and you're like, okay, at first you're like this works, I understand, like the Mind Stone, whatever. And then he finds fucking Bucky finds Wanda in the tube and you're like, "Oh, this all cuz that makes I'm like, yeah, that would happen. That is
What did you
what
call
Vision
it?
would
Camp
do.
what?
Isn't it Rayleigh?
I didn't know it had a
What is
name
it?
particularly.
What's
Camp
the camp
Lehigh.
called? Lehigh? Okay.
Come on, dude.
What's
You ever
Rayleigh?
do you not watch Captain America, bro?
What
Dude,
kind of
I
fucking
did.
show am I on? All of a
Alright,
sudden, where
look.
everyone knows the geographical fucking locations and the coordinates of these fucking military bases. Jesus.
Dude, Camp Lehigh, Tyler, I'm sorry.
It's
But
right next to the Library of Cagliostro, dude.
There's your
Hey.
callback.
I just like we got WandaVision where we saw Wanda fucking doing terrible things in the name of love. Now we got Vision doing some terrible shit in the name
Yeah,
of
I
love.
did
I
love
loved
that.
it.
It did feel like a tiny slice of like almost like a secret 10th episode of WandaVision.
I don't know
Like,
if Paul Rudd had to be there though.
yeah, that was the worst. Like if you're gonna have somebody like who's just trapped as a head, like make it somebody who's got like a useful brain. For the purposes of the narrative, I don't know. I thought it was a weird choice. I liked having the head float around with the cape. Like I like that kind of became like its own like character. But yeah, Paul Rudd, and I don't know if it is actually Paul Rudd, but he was pretty
It is.
irritating.
Yeah,
And
that was
I
pretty
don't
rough.
want to find, because like the kind of point of his Ant-Man is that he is a little bit irritating, but they kind of lent into it too hard, and I don't want to hate him because I'm thinking of this stuff the next time I see him in a movie.
I don't think I'll
'Cause,
even think about this ever again. I
yeah,
mean,
which
Their
unless
team is done. The one leg T'Challa, fucking Spider-Man,
they're
Cape,
fucked.
and just had Paul
I
Rudd.
I was shocked that we did that to Charlotte because they slid some of that to Charlotte stuff straight out of the Marvel Zombies graphic novel.
They all. I mean,
Where you find out that Hank Pym is keeping T'Challa in a chamber and he's going back and like snacking on him and stuff. And then I was talking to somebody the other day. I was
Yeah.
explaining like the comic book version of the Marvel Zombies, and I said, "There's no way they're doing that. There's no way they're touching the Black
And that-
Panther
And that
stuff."
stuff is Robert Kirkman, right?
Yeah, that the first at least 1 or 2 volumes were written by
Mhm.
Kirkman. But there's no way I thought they were going to do the T'Challa stuff. Like we kind of had the episode for T'Challa, and that was like, too nice of a send off. To like, oh really? We're going to just quickly just have him like disabled and like barely, surviving a
oh, we're
zombie
not done with him
apocalypse.
though yet.
Yeah.
We got one
also,
more
they
episode
know
with
he
him.
was on his way out. I don't know why I chuckled.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up.
Tyler. All right, well, guys, we're
You
gonna,
know where
we're gonna
he's
say
from.
bye to
Death is not
Tyler.
the end.
Yeah, like was that a bit heavy? Was that a bit heavy? Did they just have him in there just to have that and
You
kind of
think they
just
you think they pulled it from Civil War after the fact? Because that's what he says in Civil War, isn't it? No, I think it was always like a. I think it's just uh, hindsight.
it was bold of them to stick with it. Like you would have thought maybe they must have had a conversation of like, should we like re-edit,
Yeah,
rewrite this
yeah.
episode? They must have
No,
had the
yeah.
conversation. Like,
You could very easily probably have replaced Black Panther with a different character in the episode, and
yeah,
been
We'll see how
fine,
they
but they
do
didn't.
in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
yeah.
Yeah, when Shuri is Black Panther, I guess.
And is it Chadwick in this episode?
Yeah, and
Because
Chadwick did the whole first season.
Yeah,
We still have one more episode of him, I think.
this is what surprised me because there was such a big like I don't know if it was like in the marketing, but there was such a big thing of like this is the last performance of Chadwick as T'Challa, and to then have that not be the last one, and this one is so much far less dignified and
Well,
wholesome.
this isn't the last one. There's still
So
one more.
yeah.
do we know what the other one?
Yeah, because he's in the team up.
Star Lord T'Challa's coming back
Yeah,
Okay,
you have
so
one more episode with him.
okay, so they are
as
really
we see the
doing.
Watchers more pronounced, and he's actually talking to us while he watches.
That sounds so sordid.
God damn it. Did anybody
He likes
feel
to
a little
talk while he watches.
did anybody feel a little weird with Peter and Hope?
It felt really
do
weird
you
that
mean?
Peter had the hope while he was
I don't know,
watching.
man. Oh, Peter and Hope, they felt like he felt older, and their conversation made me uncomfortable.
It's like, you're an insect lady, I'm an insect dude, Ant-Man's got no dick. You do the math.
They
Where
made
do
him
you
so
think this is
tall.
going?
He is very tall.
He's so tall.
Yeah.
He's taller than her in the episode.
They've given him Andrew Garfield's neck.
And isn't Evangeline Lilly tall?
She seems like she's pretty tall, you know.
I feel like
She-
she's pretty tall. I don't think Spider-Man should be taller than her.
Because to be tall is to have hope that you can reach for the stars,
Or the
What?
top shelf.
reach for the top shelf. Parker doesn't need to anymore. He's already top shelf ready to go with that extra neck length. But
I don't know,
Well,
man. I just
If we go by their actors, Evangeline Lilly is 5'6".
really,
Tom
that's
Holland is 5'8".
I'm surprised. I thought she was taller than that.
Apparently not.
I thought she was like probably almost 6 foot.
Apparently
Yeah.
she's a little short.
I mean, I think this about everyone. I think everyone looks way taller in movies than
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's a whole thing. Like how
I'm as
you
tall
know-
as Tom Holland.
like
Let's go.
how in the Raimi Spider-Man movies, all the teenagers are like 35, and now the trend is to have all the short people just look really tall, and it's like Lilliput when you get to Hollywood. Fucking famous actors and actresses just strap you down.
No.
It's a real
Start cranking.
experience.
We gotta add a couple
man.
more inches.
Yeah, they should not have left Hope in the suit. That was just so bad. That was so bad.
Well, what
I
else
mean-
were they gonna do?
I mean, if they're willing to show like some of the stuff that they did show, they could have them like crowbar her out of the dead body out of the suit.
But she was
like-
like getting swarmed by zombies.
I mean, could she not have just flown? Could
She
she not have
passed out.
just? But before,
Well, then how were the other ones gonna get in there? She had to walk them in. Remember, because there was like a giant mob of zombies in between them
Yeah,
and the
I,
base.
I'm just trying to do the logistics in my head of like, can she like shrink down with one of them and like fly them over, and then like the fox, the chicken, and the rabbit.
Speaking of the fucking shrinking people down, though, one of my favorite gags of the episode was the small van
Yeah, that was
when it grows.
because they did that stuff a lot in Ant-Man and the Wasp, where
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you just assume that you're at one perspective and then
yeah,
you're not, and that was such a nice little visual touch
yeah,
from those movies, and they did that with like a couple of the things, like the whole stuff with the portals being open, and like the way that they were shot was very like in the style of like the movie that we've seen those
yeah,
in, and just like in previous episodes they've like fully recreated like full like wide shots or like
yeah,
whole scenes and stuff, and just to like have the very subtle aspects of the visuals from the other movies kind of just woven into the action was a lot better.
yeah.
Really made up for that writing. I really hope that one day we could write a good script, and there be a brighter day where I can see the page. Uh,
Hope.
hope
You know,
coming
hope
this
is like
fall.
the sun. If you
It,
only if you only believe in it when you can see it, you'll never make it through the night.
so bad. There was so much of that. I feel like I'm missing like a whole chunk of episode. Like there's train, there's the stuff at the beginning.
Yo, the train sequence
Um,
was cool. The train where he's like, with Spidey's pulling it.
yep, another kind of
Dude, the fucking arrow, the arrow to Sharon's shoulder. I was like, this is kind of violent. This
yeah. When
episode.
the arrows started popping off,
Yeah, but it's
I was
Sharon, dude.
surprised.
Oh yeah, no, I
Power
didn't.
broker.
The power broker. Fucking why? Okay. Okay. I mean, I guess I get why, but still, I thought that was. Anyways, this isn't the fucking Winter Soldier podcast.
The
I will
Sharon
say,
show.
the biggest disappointment about this episode is that we have that weird dude from Ant-Man. I don't even know his name.
Kurt.
Yes. Oh,
But we
I'm glad
could
you
have had
brought up
Louise. And he
We could have
recapped
had
what
Louise.
happened.
That would have been really good.
Yeah, I mean, the Kurt character is kind of like I
If you
know
say anything bad about David Dastmalchian, I'll reach
I
for the
love
computer and kill
I
you.
love David.
His
That
character is just kind of forgettable in the Ant-Man movies. He's right there for me. He's right there with T.I.
I forgot he was in those movies.
I think he's acting his ass off over Ti in those movies. I like the actor. I just feel like the way the character's written is like that's got to be offending somebody, right?
I'm a
Yeah,
superhero. Anyways,
he's
different
so much
movie.
better in that than
Yeah, different series.
I didn't even know that was him.
You didn't know that was Milton. It was Milton. Anyways, different thing. Better thing, really, if we're being honest. But
yeah. But just tonally, I know that character is kind of just like running out. He's kind of just shouting like stereotypical kind of like Slavic kind of
oh yeah,
bumbling.
I'm sure it's insulting to somebody.
It's
Just
not.
until he turns out to be a king in Ant-Man 3, Quantumanium.
That'd be pretty crazy. What do you guys, in terms of characterizations that were a little weird? What do you guys think of Happy?
He was the next character on my thing to mention. He I don't know. I thought he looked great. Like he
looked great.
They really captured that Jon Favreau like awkwardness.
Blam, blam, blam.
But then he's doing the blam 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 blam, which is an unnecessary joke. Then we have a really serious moment, and like where it's like, oh fuck, he's gonna have to kill him.
Yeah.
And then they do the blam joke again when she kills him with his own Iron Man hand. I was like, what is happening?
He's like blam blam blam, and then he's dead, and Sharon is like, "Oh, happy, they got happy," and Peter's like, "Ah, fuck, man, that's really sad. I've lost a lot
I
of
don't have
people."
any. I don't have any
But then-
father figures in my
And then the
life.
zombie is like, "Blam, blam, blam."
The one time I laughed at the blam joke is when he gets grabbed by the arrow and he goes blam blam blam, and that didn't make me laugh. But then he stops and he goes into the darkness and you just hear blam, and that's the one that got me. The one blam in the darkness was the one that made me laugh.
It's just when they hold the gauntlet to his own head and say blam. I was like, that could have been a really, that was a really emotional moment. And yeah, like you're really gonna say blam, like this is your friend that's like that you, yeah, I don't know.
I
Like if you,
wanna, yeah,
I was gonna say if you're gonna give us like the physical, like the violence, give us some of the emotional weight to go with it.
oh that's
You
too
know,
much, Dean. Kids
let
can't
let
handle
it,
that.
just a little, let us sit in it a little bit more
Yeah.
than what they did, and it just, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I say, I know a lot of zombie movies are goofy, so I kind of like played it off in my head as they were kind of going for that, but I don't
I
know if
agree.
that's just a little bit too much, a little bit
I
too
agree.
much.
You mentioned the gauntlet, and I wanted to bring it up because one of my favorite action sequences in Civil War is with that gauntlet, because that's the same hand thing
Yeah, that's the same
that
hand
Tony
thing.
uses in Civil War. I love that action sequence. That's really good. I
That's
just
when
put the
Bucky
thing
tries to
on.
shoot Tony in the face.
Yeah, and Tony's like, "You just fucking just tried to kill me." He's like shocked. He's like, "You actually just tried to shoot me. I would have died if I had not been wearing this fancy watch." Anyways, uh, I love that thing, and I love that they brought it back because it's such a good weapon for the kind of Sharon Carters and Happy Hogans of the group.
It was
Yeah,
also when T'Challa starts fighting Bucky, like, not in his suit.
That scene is really
yes.
cool, especially with the music. Anyways, yeah.
But talking about like how like skipping over the emotional beats too much. To go back to the Vision stuff, like we get like a whole movie character arc of the Vision in like 2 minutes. It's like, oh, he's trying to help. No, he's just feeding his wife. Oh no, now he sees the error of his ways, and it was
Yeah.
such it was such like a done moment, and I really because when they
Eight
said, oh,
seasons, Dean. Eight
when he
seasons of this show,
because
man.
when
Come
he
on,
has
that's
the
what we
line of
need.
like, I defied all logic to do what I have done, or she says something to
Yeah.
that effect, and I was like, oh yeah, like there's he wants to be human, and there's the humanity coming out in a bad way because he wants to
Yeah.
feed his wife and keep her alive at the detriment to trying to solve the situation. I really would have liked to have sat with that for a couple of moments longer, but then they just wanted to roll him back into, oh no, I see the error of my ways, I'm going to help before we wrap my story up. And also, he can rip the own stone out of his head so much easier than Thanos could. Like
Yeah.
he left it in perfect condition, like a
And
fucking
He
baseball
dies
card.
again. This is like death number 5 or something.
after after WandaVision, and I don't think this is just something from this episode. I think it's going to be something anytime Vision shows back up, he'll never be written as well again as he was written. Like, you hear him talk and you compare it to what is grief if not love persevering. Nothing's ever going to hit. He's never going to be written as well as he was in WandaVision ever again.
That's
And
because
that's kind
Wanda
of
wrote
sad.
him.
That's
Oh, that's deep.
They're never, but I mean, they're fucking. I don't know, man. Because I was watching and I'm like, man, I love Vision and Wanda have been two of my favorite characters in the MCU since they were introduced in Age of Ultron, and WandaVision was like my fucking toy
Yeah.
box right then because they've been my favorite characters since Age of Ultron, and seeing them again in this episode, I'm like, man, I don't know if they're ever gonna be done as well. It's like Captain America and Winter Soldier. Like I think they've peaked. Like I don't know if they'll ever be as cool again or as well written.
I don't know, man. I think you talking about like what, like Sam Cap, or just Cap in as a character in general, or just
No,
that
I mean Steve
relationship.
Rogers. Steve Rogers peaked in Winter Soldier. I think. I don't think Steve Rogers was ever better written than he was in Winter Soldier.
That's fair.
And I don't think that I don't see how they could top the writing for Wanda and Vision and WandaVision. It's so good.
Yeah,
I
I
guess we'll see with Doctor Strange too. Maybe Wanda will be even cooler in that.
yeah, I don't know if we're gonna like. I want to know where we're gonna see White Vision again. You know, so we're going off
Me
topic
too.
now.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I'd
White
also
Vision
really
is
like
one
to
of the
know that.
most exciting things. Like that, that
Where he
fucker
at?
is just like floating around. He could go and do anything. He's got this clean slate, no emotions, all the memories. Like
We're
Gene,
gonna
did you not watch the third credit scene in Shang-Chi?
I haven't seen
shut up, Tyler.
Shang-Chi,
Oh man. Well, you
but
get your answers there.
yeah, great.
Shut up, Tyler.
Well, they figured there's too many Asians. We got to put a white person in there. Who we got? White Vision. Go. There it's. You
You seen
know.
him on the moon with Cap? Is amazing. It's so good.
We might have to do a special episode of the show before Hawkeye starts in November because November 12th is Disney Plus Day, and they're gonna announce a bunch of stuff. They said.
Yes. Do you think they're going to announce stuff, or is it just going to be getting like
Um,
images and trailers for stuff that's already announced? Because
for
we'll probably
sure
get like
that, and I think some more announcements. I think we'll get announcements for stuff coming in 2023 because they have to announce that stuff eventually, or else it's gonna leak while they're getting
yeah,
into production. So I think, because assuming that everything that they've got right now is gonna last them through 2022, which is what it sounds like, and
yeah,
none of that's gonna be 2023. I think they're gonna have to. And I mean, every other week there's a report of like this thing's in development and this thing's in development, and all of these like Hawkeye's supposed to be getting a spinoff. One of the characters in Hawkeye is supposedly spinning off into her own show. So like,
what,
sounds like
Kate
there's
Bishop?
no, not Kate Bishop. Echo.
Big
Oh,
Bishop.
I see.
I think Echo's supposed to be getting her own show.
I mean that's stretching. That's a bit of a stretch, and you know, I love this universe. I love these characters, and I don't want to say that Hawkeye's like a B character or anything. But when
I
Who
also
you've
love
was
got
Hawkeye,
Echo?
so
a B
she's some
character getting a
character.
spin-off TV show, and then you're going to spin off an even more
A B
like
character from the B
where does it
character.
end?
Hawkeye's
Where
a
does it
pretty big
end?
character.
I love Echo. Or not Echo, sorry, Hawkeye. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
love Echo. I don't know. I don't know shit about Echo. But Hawkeye in the MCU, man, you step out that door, you're an Avenger.
Yeah, no,
That
it's
shit's
great.
good.
It's great stuff. I'm just saying it's.
He's the heart of the team, guys. That's what Age of Ultron is literally all about.
But
They
I just
fall
feel
apart
like
without
we
Clint.
Is he the
we're
heart of
good.
the team?
Civil War would not have happened if Clint Barton had been there to knock some sense into Tony and Steve at the beginning of it.
They got into
He
a
had-
fight.
He came into it later. All right, if he had been there from the start, wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, and he
I don't
wasn't there
know.
from the start, which is why he's a B character.
No, no. Hawkeye is the heart of the team, and
No,
I'm so excited.
He
for this
totally
show.
is, but in the scale of the Avengers movies, he's a supporting character. He's not a leading character.
Yes.
And then
Unless you're watching Age of Ultron, he's a lead in Age of Ultron.
So then he's going to
that's
be
it.
the lead character in his own
He's got a lot
show.
of screen time, but
Yeah, Echo will be a supporting character in that show.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, so when she gets her show, is there going to be a supporting character in that show that gets like, where does it end? You know?
Isn't that how comics work, though?
Well, yeah, but
You
like,
introduce a side character in a run, and people are like, "Oh, I like that. All right, let's get them a
But
title."
of
And then you have
all
to
the
make new side characters.
of all the cool random superheroes that haven't
Maybe Echo's awesome in Hawkeye. We haven't
brought-
seen anything.
what if she's not though? What if she's bad?
I have enough faith in Marvel
Bad Echo.
that they that they probably didn't just green. I don't know if it's greenlit. It's probably still only in development, but I have a feeling that they probably
I don't know,
I don't know.
Sean. Power Broker,
Marvel
dude.
Marvel hasn't let. Yeah, that was weird, but also that entire show is weird. That entire show feels like there's something off about it.
It's like it's been nearly
I don't know, dude. Ralph Boner, dude.
it's been a year since White Vision, okay?
Ralph
And you
Boner was
can't
really good.
explain to me what happened to White Vision, but you can
It's not been a
announce
year. It's been 8
you
months.
and it,
He went to college. He's finding himself.
you can leave me hanging for 8 months and not know about what happens to Vision, but you can tell me that I'm getting an Echo show before I've even seen that character on
Well, they
screen.
haven't said it.
Maybe he'll
It
show up in
was,
Armor
you know,
Wars.
people
Armor
reporting.
Wars.
That's
What
where I'm
if-
hoping he shows up. I think that's the only logical place for
Doctor
him to show up.
Strange post credits.
No.
Maybe. I feel
I
like
don't
Doctor
feel like
Strange
he has
is going to
anything to do with
be.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I think
No, like
Wanda's
in the
going to
post
be.
credits though.
Mm,
I don't know.
maybe if there's two
I don't
post
know about you,
credits.
Tyler.
Good. I'll bring this up on Friday.
All right. The moral of the story is I'm hosting the Hawkeye show. So if any of you fuckers talk bad about Hawkeye, you're gonna get some fucking hand. You're gonna get an arrow. I'm gonna go buy a bow and arrow. I'm gonna shoot you with it because I love Hawkeye.
No, I already have my favorite MCU Archer.
Oh, we got a Taskmaster fan in the
I know.
house.
Okay. All right. No,
What am I
Dean,
missing?
we can't. Dean, you gotta watch. You gotta watch Shang-Chi, dude.
When did you guys talk about Shang-Chi?
We haven't yet. I'm still waiting
But
for more people to see it.
Yeah, no, it's out in theaters over here. I got nobody to go with.
Just go alone, like me.
Yeah, I got. I
Wait,
haven't
no,
had
wait,
a
I
day
didn't
off
go
for a
alone.
while.
Never mind. I didn't go alone.
Tyler erased the other
Forgot.
person from his memory.
They're my brothers. I took them.
Oh. Movie kicks ass,
Oh,
Dean.
man.
Kicks a lot of ass.
Yeah, so I've heard.
Kicks a lot
I
of
just
ass.
want to know who these people are that are locking up Abomination and forcing him to fight for some
Dude,
reason.
all the answers you need are in the movie. And that's actually a really good answer.
And he's got the ears. I'm excited. You know, I'm hoping it's Tim Roth. Unlike we didn't get Tom Holland. So
Man.
in this episode,
Rip Tom Holland, dude. Hate to see it. He's
Not
not
good.
dead. He's just not in the episode.
he looked like Peter Parker from the PS4 game in this
A
episode.
little bit, he did.
Which one?
Not
The
the
original, the original one, not the second one where they tried to make it look like Tom Holland, even though they couldn't. Like, if they can get away with making that game character look that much like Tom Holland from the original version, they could have. Like, these rules are so fucked up. Like, you just like monopolize different parts of like a person's body and soul, and then just shipped him off to like 4 different corporations. You got his face over here, his voice over here, his abs are over here, like neck's up here. Savage
What happens when you
times.
become a superhero?
That yeah. You
Slow
know,
your soul away.
and that's why we're getting Mephisto in No Way Home. One more day.
Fucking I'll be so upset. I will stop watching the MCU if they fucking one more day my ass in No Way Home.
I mean,
If they one more day my ass, I'm done.
I mean, it depends what
They
part of one
can't
more
do
day.
that again, right? They can't fuck up Spider-Man for a decade again, right?
They could.
No, they can't. It was longer than a decade, I think, actually. Because they're still fixing it.
Yeah, they're
And-
still resolving that. And I was, actively collecting comics when that happened. That's been a long time. So
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, if that movie ends and nobody knows, like, if MJ doesn't know who Peter Parker is and their relationship has been broken up for dumb
I
reasons.
think that's exactly what they're gonna do. She's
Just,
gonna
Because then you can introduce Gwen Stacy.
no. What it means that you can do is that because they never met, MJ she kind of carries on down the kind of like aloof, like too cool for school vibe that she had in the first movie. She'll probably dye her hair. She'll be a slightly different
She'll dye her
version
hair
of the
like Flash.
character. Ned will have his mind erased, and then when he eventually finds out that he had his mind erased and that Peter didn't tell him, we get Hobgoblin Ned. Okay,
Yeah, really
I've
fucking...
got it. Like they're doing it. They're gonna do one more day, and we're gonna use it as a way to like get into like a more classic because then it isolates Spider-Man, right? That's what everyone wants. And if you take away everyone knowing who he is, then he's not going to be going to Doctor Strange or Tony Stark because he's going to want to keep that shit under wraps because he doesn't want to go through all this same stuff
The
again.
only way I am okay with them doing one more day is if they reintroduce Gwen Stacy so they can kill her again.
I've been seeing so many Gwen Stacy memes lately.
They're just gonna fix it. They're gonna bring in Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield, and he's gonna swing through the city, and then Peter's gonna be like, "Hey, whoa, is that Spider-Man? We're not the same person. Look at that. That's crazy."
Oh man,
That's crazy.
have you not seen the meme where it's Gwen Stacy from Spider-Man 3 falling off the building, and it's like, "It's all right, I'll save you," and she's like, "Oh fuck, is that Andrew Garfield?"
You don't want this movie. Definitely.
That
don't.
okay.
You
People
do not want.
people shit on Amazing Spider-Man 2 for a good reason, but that fucking scene where she dies is brutal.
It's handled very well. If you kind
Except
of,
for the part where the web turns into a hand. I don't know why it did that.
Dude, when you just when you just hear the crack, fucking
see, that's how you lean into the brutality of the
And then Andrew
realism
Garfield,
of the situation. Oh
he gives
man,
the performance of his life after she dies. Like when he's fucking on the ground, like Tobey Maguire cries a lot in his movies, but Andrew Garfield's a pretty good crier too.
yeah. Tobey Maguire cries, but Andrew Garfield feels.
Yeah, he felt it. We're so off topic. It's okay. If anybody's joining in, the episode had zombies. It was really cool. I'd watch.
Hey,
8
guess what?
seasons
It
of
was zombies, and I think that's enough.
Yeah.
Of that.
I'd watch 8 seasons of zombies. I'm
just
good. I watched.
just show me the
Walking
Killmonger
Dead.
episode, please.
Yeah, this episode embodied the best and the worst of this episode because it kind of just got too to the point. Like, what if they were zombies? There you go. Bye.
Yeah.
Like,
Done.
didn't
We had
open
4
up too many.
episodes.
Yeah. How many more? We got 4 more
4 left.
episodes.
One of those got to be the team up.
Yeah. And then we get
So that leaves 3.
Killmonger, Party Thor. Something, maybe
Gamora. Thanos
Ultron.
Gamora.
Where's the Ultron one?
The Ultron is probably the lead.
I think that's probably the.
It might be the lead up or might be in the team up.
I feel like that's the only threat left that's big enough to be a team up.
Not zombie Thanos with.
If they bring back Zombie Thanos, I'll be fucking impressed. I don't think we see the zombies again.
Even
this
though it
season.
doesn't make sense because they say that the stones, like the energy of the stones, repel the zombies, but then you've got
the energy
zombies.
of the Mind Stone repels the zombies.
Yeah, but you would assume that they're all kind of.
No, because it's mind related. Woo, minds.
But the zombies are mindless.
But no, it's a virus that attacks their minds.
But if they haven't got a mind, how can if the virus takes away your mind, how can then the virus attack your mind to take it away?
Take away the mind; it overrides it. Have you ever played The Last of Us, dude? They talk about this. The mushrooms.
No, I haven't.
The mushrooms.
I haven't played The Last of Us, but I've heard about the ant mushrooms.
Well, you can watch it on HBO at some point.
Yeah.
Show.
Yay. Just hear everyone butthurt whining about how it's not my Last of Us. This is the Last of them, not the Last of Us.
The Uncharted movie featuring Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Mark
I didn't play those either.
Mark Wahlberg's in that movie. Yeah.
you got to assume that he was like proper passive aggressive to Tom Holland that whole shoot, right? Because he was
Oh
like
yeah.
lined up to play Nathan Drake like 5 years ago, and all of a sudden it just turned so quick, and
Yeah, now he's fucking
he's the
Scully.
mentor. you either die Drake or you live long enough to see yourself become Sully, apparently.
Apparently.
And on that note, do we have anything else to cover?
Not really. I think that's about all I got. Next week is more What If.
What
Four
if we came
episodes
back
left.
next week? Yeah.
What if we got 1 month left?
I wish we'd actually made it to Wakanda.
We don't get to do that, apparently. That's season 2, dude.
That was
I
such
sure
a
hope not.
cliffhanger as well. Like, that was such a cliffhanger.
I fucking that's season 2. Tyler, fucking dead. I sure hope not.
Just another episode that's done that where it's like the most interesting thing in the episode is like not the thing that we cover.
You know that's why. That's so that they can spin it out into its own thing.
I
If it
think,
hits hard, they can be like, all right, now it's its own thing.
I hope season 2 is longer because we're gonna want sequels and follow
9
up
episodes.
to all of these. Have they confirmed that already?
Confirmed 9 episodes next season. As well.
Because we're gonna want new what if scenarios, but also we're gonna want to get follow up from some of these episodes as well. So, like, how are they gonna decide what they do? You know,
get what you get, and you don't get upset, Dean. All right, trust Mr. Feige. He's our Lord and Savior up there with Dave Filoni. The two of them can do no wrong.
I just can't believe I'm the first person to ever get upset on the internet.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing. It's kind of weird. This is it's a notoriously calm place.
Right. Speaking of calm places, you can find me on Twitter. 2099.
Yelling, absolutely screaming if Andrew Garfield is not in No Way Home.
Yeah, even if he isn't, his neck will be, because you can't keep it out of frame. Sean, where can they find you in your neck?
You guys can follow me on Twitter at Sean_AFK. Everything that I do is in my Twitter bio.
Tyler, you in your neck?
You can find me on Twitter at Tyler Rims. That's TYLER_TYLERIMS. It's on the screen. You can see it there. If you follow me, you'll see a bunch of pretty anime women because that's all I retweet. And sometimes I post stream links and VODs. That's about it.
Well, you heard it here first, and we will see you, dare I say, next time.
But what if you don't?
Oh, fucking! I gotta.